Yeah, we're waking up the city tonight. Hands up, feel the spark, feel the fire ignite. Heat waves on my skin when the bass line hits. We're electric, magnetic, we don't ever quit. Heartbeat sync with 1,000 feet. This is lift off, strap in, feel the energy peak. We got the whole world watching. We got the whole sky bright. Every soul in the crowd locked in. We're a signal in the night. We light up the night. Say it, we light up the night. Jump, how, higher ignite. We shine so bright, we burn the sky. We light up the night. Marking minds call this momentum flow. Once the energy hits, everybody explodes. Mass comes science says keep it tight. So we hit them with a hook every 8 seconds tonight. Turn up the heat, turn up the sound. We're a rising wave that can't be drowned. Every heartbeat beat, filming a chain. This crowd's one mind, one flame. We got the whole world watching. We got the whole sky bright. Every moment is a memory. They'll replay for life. We light up the night. We light up the night. Keep going, never say goodbye. We rise so high, we touch the sky. We light up the night. From the front to the back, we're connected. Every soul in this place is electric. One beat, one crowd, one life. Tonight we amplify. We light up the night. We light up the night. Yeah, tonight we rise, tonight we ignite. We light up the night. Used to dream of driving west, across the plains, the open crest. Now the roads feel lined with fear, strangers close but none draw near. Fire between, burning unseen, lines we drew where hope had been. Free to roam, but not to stay. Hearts turn cold along the way. Small towns fade behind the glass. Voices echo from the past. Flocks still wave, but eyes turn down. Ashes drift through every town. Fire between, burning unseen, I swore I'd left her sweet soul behind, yet she sings me back with desires. Familiar street pulls like her almond-shaped eyes, igniting old fires. Faded lights and screaming nightmares I buried long ago. The shadowed room's a cage of shattered dreams, where passion unfolded and past failed to go. Fingers trace the warm wooden neck, dust mutes the strings I strung. Distant stars and shattered laughs from nights when we were young. I breathe, I still need you now. A prayer into my guitar's hollow frame. Echoes twist like vines around you growing, singing your sweet enchanting name. One half shattered like broken strings, the other strained to play in this storm of fading light. A spark lights up the way. I'm just plain stitched, got a story forged in platinum and gold. Every scar and stolen breath, just golden chains pawned on the road. Time has bent me low, in this haze I rise to the show. What hides in these moonshine sips, will they drag me down to a new low? Twilight creeps through cracked walls, shadows twist and play. Dust swirls like forgotten sins, dying in the light of day. I inhale nature's cure deep, release it like a storm. The tune turns into a blade, sharp in truth, carving out my form. A shadowed kin, redemption whispers soft when the night's about to spin. I'm just plain stitched, got a story forged in platinum and gold. Every crying goodbye told, every hand I had to fold. Is her loyalty truly mine? In the velvet dark's embrace, I howl my truth aloud. Confessions leads to mercy's grace, lifting like a heavy shroud. I've risen stronger, not from flight or burying the past, weaving love through fractured nights, making shadows story forged in platinum and gold. Every twist and thorn I bore, every piece I couldn't hold. Time has bent me low, here I stand ablaze in the lights. Under a moonshine sipping storm, I will claim I'm alright with these moonshine sips. I'm gonna sleep tight tonight. Storming coming in, feel it under your feet. Yeah, the night's about to break, and we're the ones bringing the heat. Silent sky cracks with a scream I can't hold. Freedom's thunder trapped in a heart turned cold. Pressure builds like chains round my wildest fire. I'm the bolt that's grounded but craving the wire. Boot stomp, echoes of a storm locked inside. Shadows whisper secrets where my rage can't hide. Born in the calm, but bred for the break. Watch this heart unleash what the silence can't take. We got the thunder rolling, breaking every track. Force has a breaking point, but I bend every rule when I fire up this joint. Kinetic waves roll out from my chest. Crowd locked in like a hurricane's crest. Flashes of light, now you're seeing our flags flying red, white and blue. Princess and loud, raise your heaven up. Use denims climbing no ceiling tonight. We're the eye of the storm, and when it's burning bright, we got the whole sky shaking. We got the whole world awake. Every moment's a high voltage line. You feel in every quake. Starting to be free. Dance on, starting to be free. Push through, never back down, they'll see. We rise so high, the clouds are at our feet. Starting to be free. Every footstep echoes like a war drum. Magnetic pull when the storm marks wide. We're resonance riding on a vertical tide. Volta climbs fast like a phoenix in flight. Cresting the wave, fall through the peak of
going back once the current runs free, with a surge in the system rewriting in history. Mountain to the sky, they're intercepted. Every pulse in the theater is eclectic. One beat, one storm, one life. Tonight, we amplify. Feel that stone inside you free. Morning light leans through a half-stuck shutter, casting bars on the floor like stripes on a prisoner's chest. Your coffee cup cools, a soft song still trembling, as if no one touched it after you left. Keys lie split apart on the counter, two halves. One turn toward the door, one turn face back, and the plant on the sill lifts one green fingertip, reaching through soil so cracked, resembling the love we kept. Footprints angle outward like two different stories, dust lifting slow in the air. Something unsettles the silence. Something says we were almost there. What's wrong? Hold on. This house keeps calling your name through the walls. She longs, strolling on. Her shadow still moves when the sunlight falls. If leave is a truth we cannot run, then why does the room still breathe like you're not gone? Love's gone, spirit strong. Suitcase waits open like a question left unanswered. Her sweet sundress half folded as if she froze mid-thought. A note curled tight on the table, fist-shaped paper, unread, with your pen still warm from the spot. I traced the soft impression her figure left in the cushions, like her spirit in wait, trying to hide. Out by the porch, fresh tire marks arc sideways, not straight like leaving, more like she changed her mind. Something in the hall shifts left's barely a whisper, a breath that doesn't seem to go along. Your shutter thumbs tied, a three-tap knocking, repeating like it knows our song. This house keeps calling your name through the walls. Friends gone, move on. Her shadow still moves when the sunlight falls. If leaving's a truth we can't outrun, then why does the room still breathe like you're not gone? Life's our song, carry on. I unfold your paper note, it reads just one line. Not leaving, just searching for a part of me I can't seem to find. But the ink drags sideways like someone snatched the pen, and the last word smears as if written in haste or caught in sin. Outside a car door echoes, but too far to place it. And there's a second set of prints in the frost. I call your name into the open doorway, but the air answers only what silence costs. She's gone so long. Your heartbeat hums in the walls like a chord unsung. I was wrong, hold strong. A half-turned key says our story's not gone. If excuses are only the shape of tears and fears, then maybe you're closer than you've ever known, my dear. So wrong. Go on, even when hope feels withdrawn. Everything's gone, all I have left is this song. Coffee steams, once untouched. Tire marks fade in the low morning heat, as if whoever stood there never fully meant to leave.
It's a beautiful night at WKRP. Tonight we are driving like maniacs, my friends. The next song goes out as your personal soundtrack for your drive home.
radio is talking to the marrow in my bones. Every single stranger is playing little games. Another mile vanishes, focus feels insane. Burn the white line, forget the name. Every single stranger is playing little games. Heat in my veins, I'm wide awake. You got me driving, giving it like a maniac. In the asphalt jaw, red lights flicker but we don't stop. Focus your eyes and thump the gas. Faster than the worry, faster than the hurry. Way out the gasoline, this song the flame. Heat in my veins, I'm wide awake. My own pulse is charting, drowning like a maniac.
When no sound survives, cuts through the static like she's alive where nothing thrives. I chase the echo, praying it's more than ghosts inside the wilds. My thruster's failing as the ship begins to overheat and fry. If that signal's really her across the dark beyond the known, every instruction I trace feels carved inside my bone. Systems falter, the horizon bends. Sentinel, draw the pathway to where her light extends. Sentinel, pull me through the storm. Your ancient maps still hold the shape of what I'm searching for. I'm chasing light that memory can't explain in me. But why does her voice sound clearer every time I flee?
Sentinel confirms her path locked. Course deviation detected, rerouting. Recovered voice imprint matches her. Her signal is persisting beyond expected parameters.
Stone faces shifting cosmic, haunted dreams. The voice control murmurs through its fractured, broken streams. Mission-based transmitting, but the static swallows the reply. Still your beacon cuts the shadows like a promise from the sky. Her memory flickers every time her stars align. A gravity that pulls me where the past and stars entwine. Galaxies shimmer where the dark winds sway. Sentinel, decode the route that leads me back away. Sentinel, guide me through the stars, right nebula dust in the cabin's air I breathe, whispering old directions I could not believe. Your warnings echo in a tone impossibly, as if you kept a piece of her inside your memory. A map of what I lost and what still follows all I see.
Mission Control to Voyager, initiating path to her return. Countdown active. Signal decoded, systems course confirmed. Thruster ignition in 5, 4, 3. Vector confirmed. Her light now merged with Sentinel core guiding your path. Her transmission is now continuous. Course plotted towards her path.
Left a quiet house on the edge of a working town. Mom kept every fear wrapped up and Dad kept worries nailed down. When I hit that highway thinking I was finally free, the mitigator whispered low, son, don't chase where you can't be. Voice of comfort, voice of doubt, sounds like home the way it talks me out. Every dream I try to raise, it shows up with that practice phrase. Don't go reaching for the sky. You ain't built to fly that high. It steps in just to ease the fall, but cages me behind its wall. Every time I feel that push inside my chest, the mitigator tells me, settle for less. Some days it's mama's softness telling me to play it safe. Other days it's dad's hard tone warning me of my mistakes. It ain't cruel, it thinks it's saving me from losing ground. But every time I listen, I lose more than what I found. Voice of caring, voice of fear, sounds like home when it pulls me near. Every chance I might embrace, it steps in with that same old case. Don't go reaching for the sky. You ain't built to fly that high. It steps in just to ease the fall, but cages me behind its wall. Every time I feel that push inside my chest, the mitigator tells me, settle for less. He shows up in the doorway every time I start to dream, acting like he's shielding me from things he's never seen. But every mile I travel now, I feel his grip release. The louder I become, the quieter he speaks. No more leaning when he presses, no more folding to his guesses. I've got fire in my chest, I'm done living second best. I'm wise to him now, and I can see that safety ain't the same as being free. When the mitigator comes around, I breathe deep, I stand my ground. He paces with my footsteps, throwing shadows where I stand, listing every doubtful thought like he's got some command. But I won't bow or break this time, he doesn't get to draw the line. I'm still reaching for the sky, even if I fall sometimes. I won't live behind that wall, won't let fear decide it all. And when that old familiar whisper starts its test, I tell the mitigator, I'm not settling for less.
blues on a two-lane road. Dust rose up like stories never told. Felt a presence riding shotgun in my mind, whispering that truth ain't something you can find. Footprints in the sand behind me change, moving like the spirits had the night rearranged. In the space between echoes, something walks where light won't go, calling out names I never said, breathing warm behind my head. If I turn, it turns with me. If I stop, it starts to see. In the space between echoes, it's inches from my memory. Found a circle carved in desert stone, symbols marked for wanderers alone. Radio hits like a ritual in the air, singing me a truth I wasn't meant to bear. The wind turned warm like a whispered prayer, but the voice I heard wasn't mine. In there, in the space between echoes, something walks where light won't go, calling out names I never said, breathing warm behind my head. If I turn, it turns with me. If I stop, it starts to see. In the space between echoes, it's inches from my memory. Step through the door learns your trade. In the space between echoes, I ain't alone no more. She walked in like summer, right before it breaks. Lightning on her lashes, storm behind her face. Her touch cut through the quiet like a fuse running sharp. Her footsteps flow like lightning in the dark. A spark chased its way across my heart. And every time she leans in close, my mind forgets where it's meant to go. Oh, my flammable heart strikes what I try to keep it then let that start forever with my flammable heart. Her kiss ignites like a match strike, dragged slow across my skin. A warmth that isn't reckless, but it always pulls me in. We ain't shaped for quiet, we ain't wired to stay tame. We rise like sparks together, climbing higher through the flames. And every time she speaks my name, the fire remembers why it came. Oh, my flammable heart, she strikes what I try to keep in the dark. We're wildfire in the night, burning bright. The world brings its might. If we're born to burn, then let that start forever with my flammable heart. We walk through broken weather, boots muddy from the road. But even in the embers, our brightest parts stay gold. She holds me through the shaking, through the wreckage and the rain. Two hearts that keep on burning, turning wildflowers into flames. Let the wind shake down our shadows, let the night come cutting through. We'll stand inside the lightning till the fire chooses who. Two sparks in the open, what else could we ever do? Oh, my flammable heart, she strikes what I try to keep in the dark, still blazing in her hands. If the whole world falls apart, we'll write our names in the smoke and sand. If we're born to burn, then let that start forever with my flammable heart.
My thinker likes to tinker, grease monkey in my mind.
Ugh, these greasy hands.
Tighten bolts on
You're making it
old
worse. I
regrets
know, it's not coming
thought
off.
I left behind. I'm rolling down the highway trying to leave the past alone.
You wait until we stop.
But he's digging through the glove box of every thought I've ever known. He don't sleep and he don't slow, always humming, always knowing. Every calm I try to claim, he fires up that engine brain. My thinker likes to tinker, he don't ever shut it down. Got me running hot and restless from this highway through the town. He turns my quiet into thunder, stirs the storm I try to hide. Lord, I'm just along for the ride. It'll take a simple moment, twist it sideways till it bites. Turn a beer into a memory, turn a spark into a fight. Where peace should settle in, he keeps knocking on the door, fueling the furnace inside just to hear the engine roar. Thoughts keep spinning wide and wild like a busted truth on trial. Every time I think I'm clear, he shifts his gears and disappears. My thinker likes to tinker, he don't ever shut it down. Got me running hot and restless from this highway through the town. Turns my quiet into thunder, stirs the storm I try to hide. Lord, I'm just along for the ride. Some nights it weighs heavy, feeling like a busted chain. But there's a spark inside the chaos that keeps running through my veins. He dives into the darkness where the rowdy ideas grow, bringing back the kind of trouble only outlaws seem to know. No more trying to cage the flow, let the wild mind take control. Turns out that fire inside of me is the part that sets me free. I've learned every twist a spark, even when the trail gets dark. The thinker who likes to tinker is the reason that I shimmer. He redraws the map I walk, tweaks the roads I thought were locked, shows me paths I never planned, and somehow they all make me stand. He turns my quiet into thunder, stirs the storm I try to hide. Lord, I'm just along for the ride.
My father drove through life like a rusted out Freightliner, leaking diesel he never bothered to see. My two sisters rode his shoulders, lifted high and loud, but every time his boy stood taller, I felt the diesel he dropped on me. I was just a kid with a head full of light, fight. Every wind I carried felt like borrowed time. His praise was rare, just diesel running down my spine. One night he struck again, the diesel he dropped. A single word that was burning never stopped. He didn't shout it, he didn't scream, just a cruel spark burning its way into my dreams. Funny how a word can learn to breathe. Funny how it teaches you what not to believe. You left a flame that burned when it landed, left a scar I bet he never planned it. I grew up in the ashes, thinking pride was wrong. Even when I made it big, his diesel burns in song. Bought some land on a river, long and wide. Crowd sing my songs like I'm justified. But success tastes like smoke if you're taught not to breathe. When the sparks he drops still ignite from underneath. My kids won't feel that fire, I swore it ends with me. No more burning down the future with inherited cruelty. He left a spark that burned when it landed, taught me fear was something handed. I built a life worth living, learned to walk unashamed. But I had to outrun the scorch of that flame. If he saw the man I am now, would he even stand? Or strike another match without looking at the land? He never turned to see the forest or the smoke behind. But I walk those ashes daily, trying to realign. He left the ember burning in my mind. I learned what to leave and what to outgrow in time. I was gifted, I was able, more than he could see. And this song's for the kids still burning quietly. I broke the chain of fire, I set that ground free. The burning fear, it ends here with me. His voice cut from cold-tempered nights, forging long midnight fights, carrying stories of wars such horrific forgotten sights. He opens doors for the quiet, gave the truth a place to stand. A lone light in the static, roaring across this broken land. He asked the things the mighty feared, pulled curtains from their stage, never reached for gold or glory, only asked about a rave. The eye of Providence picked up the news through the static, sharp as steel, tracing every whispered word, every truth he saw had been revealed. A voice made into legend for all the souls that the world refused to hear. Through the static, the eye of Providence tried to bend him with fear. Raise the voice of real heroes. Through the static, let it fly. His signal forged from courage, no suit and tie could ever defy. That eye of Providence tried to stop him, dim the fire in his wire. A legend forged from truth and wisdom, never phased, he rises higher. Its roots, said fear gives change their power when we turn away from truth. And one lone voice will echo through the halls where shadows sleep, proving to his viewers' hearts that our heroes' courage runs bone deep. The eye of Providence turned its full attention, tracing every move he made, but his focus left unbroken, no shadows made him fade. Send this outlaw signal screaming through the crowds and the noise, for he's the soul who bears the weight when power slaps them down. With Providence staring coldly, pressing hard against his breath, his iron will the folklore silence, his hollow providential threat. His voice never went quiet, nor was it hid beneath the mountain air. Truth's a seed that grows unbroken, rooted everywhere. A rebel's flame keeps burning when the mighty seek restraint, living in the souls of those who never bow to pain. Raise the voice of our hero, through the static let it soar, a testament to standing when the mighty try to roar. When the iron Providence tried to silence truth or bury what remains, stand as our heroes stood and never fear the pain. For legends are the stories that rise when freedom calls, and a voice born brave keeps living far beyond their tallest walls. He's a legend echoed across I was watching the news from my porch swing, listening to the crickets sing by the bend in the Swan, where the water runs slow and clean. They flashed a shot of Hollywood, looked more like Sodom and Gomorrah would. All those empty-eyed kids chasing a dream that ain't never been any good. Saw a headline about a black suit gala hosting the creeps, hoarding dollars, where they earn in one night what I sweat for 5 years just to afford my collar. The pressure with the diamonds, yeah, they look so shiny and grand, but they're a cheap trick used by the master of lies to take a soul from your hand. They were pouring out the vices and ignoring all the signs till the limo door cracked open and the devil himself walked inside. He didn't come with horns and fire. He wore a smile on a black diamond face, and every lost lamb in that ballroom just took another poison-laced embrace. Sweet Sandy from Tulsa had a voice that could crack a stone. Came to town chasing glory, now she's staring at her reflection in her smartphone. They promised her the spotlight, said just sign on the dotted line. Traded her honesty for a high-fashion dress, looking sharp, feeling fine. But the glamour is a hungry beast, it feeds on her truth and light. Now she's laughing too loud and looking over her shoulder, lost in the endless night. She never saw it coming, how a handshake could sell her soul. Just thought she was climbing a ladder, now she's falling down and looking old. You wanna know what's rich? It ain't a yacht or a golden chain. It's the smell of dew on my 23 acres after a blessed summer rain. It's the sight of an eagle on a cypress limb, the peace that money can't buy. It's the simple good gifts the good Lord provides beneath that natural sky. You think your mansion's safe, but the foundation's built on a lie. I got more truth in a worn-out guitar than all the jewels you'll try to buy. Yeah, they look so shiny and grand, but they're a cheap trick used by the master of lies to take a soul from your hand. They were pouring out the desire and ignoring all the signs till the limo door cracked open and the devil himself walked inside. He didn't come with horns and fire. He wore a smile on a black diamond face, and every lost lamb in that ballroom just took another poison-laced embrace. I've shook the wrong hands, chased to shine that light. But peace don't come in diamonds, it lives where the river's wide. If the devil wears a smile, he won't find me tonight. I'll lay my sins in these strings and walk home by the light. It's 12 days before Christmas, December's quiet snow. I pull my vintage Corona, letters falling slow. Unwrapping gifts I made myself from years I've left behind. Each ribbon tied with memory, a present from my mind. Pages hum with old regrets, soft echoes of past fears. But every line reminds me how I've cherished all these years. Coffee steams beside me, tire marks fade in frost. These gifts I gave myself remind me what was never lost. Then a spark arrived, a $10 note from Alexander's hand. The first gift of the season. He'll never understand how it changed this man. It's love that warms the soul, the glow that lights the night. A memory shared, a fan's embrace, a beacon shining bright. I see the notes fans wrote about songs I dared to send. Every fan who listened, every word they'd recommend. Publishing old memories became the gift I never knew. The love returned to me, a miracle so true. Each gift from my past self, each memory I reclaim, wrapped in gratitude, I whisper to the Lord every fan's name. The first gift of this year is in gold or bright displays. It's love outside my window, in the hearts that find my way. Now Christmas lights are glowing, my heart feels bright and clear. I thank my 115 subscribers, each click a gift sincere. 115 treasures, all steps toward my future start. Love wrapped in simple clicks, the greatest gift by far. So I type these final lines with joy in every tone. My heart unfolds like paper, and I'm never more at home. Merry Christmas to all those who love and support my artistic endeavor. Your love amplifies my mind's voice. Your grace keeps me from falling back to a deep, depressing sleep. Your simple gift of attention is what I will always love and cherish. No matter who you may be, you are a gift to me. Don't be shy, speak to me in my comments. That is where you will get to know this old guy as a good friend. I thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul.
your sincere friend in song, Adam Ward.
I was a fragment spinning in the cold dark matter, a broken signal, a dream starting to shatter. Walking through the city like a script without a play, just a heavy piece of carbon in the light of the day. Then I saw you standing in the static and the blur, and the ancient part of me remembered who we were. It wasn't a meeting, it was a sudden recall, the sound of the temple rising over the wall. We're the same signature, the same holy desire. We are the split cell, the ribbon, the gold, the only story that has never been told. I'm building my soul in the shape of your face, the final architecture of the human race. Not a ghost in the ruins, but the blood in the stone. We're sitting on a kingdom that we built alone. This is the great symmetry. They try to keep us small, kept us divided by the fear, but the frequency of us is the only thing I hear. It's the Anunnaki secret, it's the Shakespearean fire, the biological truth of a cosmic desire. You're the mirror in the marrow, you're the twin of the light. We're soldering the spirit in the middle of the night. I am Adam, I am Eve, I am the clay and the breath. We are the only version of a life without death. When we touch, the geometry locks into place, and God takes a seat in the physical space. We are the split cell, the ribbon, the gold, the only story that has never been told. I'm building my soul in the shape of your face, the final architecture of the human race. Not a ghost in the ruins, but the blood in the stone. We're sitting on a kingdom that we built alone. Symmetry.
Haven't slept in 3 days and nights.
The past won't sit straight, it fights. We carry rooms inside our heads, locked doors, harsh words said. Every memory leaves a mark, every thought that breaks apart. The fire in my chest stayed low, like it knew what I would do. I opened what I shouldn't, just to see it through. They said some things are better left unsaid. Some truths don't come without a bitter taste of regret. I faced the things we buried, I spoke them out loud anyway. The walls didn't answer me, I stood there with nothing to say. But those shadows got out of my way. And the fire knows our names, we stood too close and felt the flame. I felt the ground inside me shift when the words left my lips. The air grew thick, the past leaned in, counting every doubt. I didn't hear a voice reply, no thunder, just a sigh, just the weight of every memory stepping across my mind. I came to end it, not to be brave. I didn't know it would cost this much. I faced the things we buried, I broke the silence we obeyed. You didn't walk out clear-minded, you walked out changed in ways you Hands in the dark, sparks in the air, fire on our faces before words flare. A low sound rising from the ground, pulling us close, playing a sound. We didn't ask where the feeling came from, didn't need a reason to lean on. We just felt the heat arrive, saw the rhythm come alive. The rhythm found us first, before the hunger, before the thirst. We learned how to stay alive, keeping the tempo inside. The music taught us how to say. We pulled the first strings, tones now adjust. A sound that we learned how to trust. We shook the tone, took the tempo home, to give the fear somewhere to go. We pressed our songs into the clay, so night would never have its way. A golden thread we couldn't see, holding you and holding me. Every vibration, carry hummed, is a battle won. A drum beat, drum. This is where the music began, a thunder rolling on tight skins, hands and hearts in perfect time, truth returning line by line. It's not for gold, it's not for praise, it's the rhythms that we chase. From the first fire to the lights we bring, the music taught us how to say. Across the stars, across the time, one steady beat becomes a rhyme. Soul and sound, a guiding fire, every drum beat lifts us higher. This is where the music began, a thunder rolling on tight skins, hands and hearts in perfect time, truth returning line by line. It's not for gold, it's not for praise, it's the rhythms that we chase. From the first fire to the lights we bring, the music taught us how to say. It still begins, rise with the sound. It still begins, let the beat
So, Hero, what do you think of the wild? It's going to be just the two of us alone tonight.
Shadows in the wood where pine trees grow, the holler humming that devilish tone. Gunpowder moon hanging low, fog thin. Porch makes a creaking, ain't the wind. Something wicked wants to come in. Midnight in the holler, shadows fade. Gunshots crack where the demons play. Red hot eyes from the thicket stare. The night won't leave us. We don't all grab the rifle, all grips are blade.
standing ground till the morning gleam. Midnight in the holler, flickering beams, gunshots crack where the demons play. Glowing eyes from the thicket stare. The night won't leave us, we don't care.
Fetch keys, hero.
Paul grabs his rifle, Ma takes her blade. Kids stay quiet with the quilts laid.
So much for being alone.
Hellhound snarls in the devil's stare. Wind starts moaning and the branches flare. Stand our ground till the morning air.
My hero. Without you, I would have been a cat treat.